So in the last session, the session got ended up to here, right? So we could able to generate the delivery, and we performed a ship confirm, okay, with the default interface enabled. With the default interface enabled, we performed a ship confirmation so that there is no interface tip stop was run, okay, and you can see the status shipped and run interface. Next step is run interface means interface tip stop we have to run. We have to run interface tip stop. So how you run interface tip stop? Just take the delivery number, copy the delivery, go to the navigator, come down. So an auto management responsibility shipping, okay, shipping, and you will be seeing interfaces, okay, interfaces. So from here, come down, click on run, okay, click on run. So type with interface trip stop, okay, interface trip stop, the first one. Give the delivery number here, okay. So which one you want to interface, which one you want to load? So you will see here all inventory, interface to inventory, or OM and DSNO. Okay, order management and submit DSNO. Delivery something this actually when you use the WMS, I guess this DSNO will come, but just select all. Okay, so you don't need to focus more on this, just select all. And if you have any trip stop, that trip stop you can select. And we have a delivery, right? I selected a delivery. Okay, selected delivery, and then debug level. So for example, if you are facing issue with this delivery, let's keep on going this interface trip stop warning. Okay, then the interface tip stop you have to run with debug level 1. So if you see debug level 0, debugging off means it won't give any debug details. It won't give you any error details. If you go with 0, if you go with 1, it will give debug on now, debugging on. So it will print everything in the log file. What all steps this program will do, each and every action, it will print in the log. Okay, this action it is completed, this action is having error due to this due to some records, due to some reason. So everything this program will give you, this program log file will give you when you give the debug level 1. It's a very important one. How do you find if it is shipped and run interface not even changing, even though I running interface to stop, then how do you identify? You can identify in this way. Okay, debug level 1 means debugging on. The log file will print every message. Okay, so once you select a delivery, then automatically the org name will be defaulted here. Okay, so this is number of child programs is okay, 1, and stop per batch, so on. So default value, let's just go with the default one. So the main thing is here, this delivery number you have to choose. And if you want to print the log, if it is getting error or warning, then you just give the 1. So it will print in the log file, and organization will also default automatically. Okay. And the log file will contain huge pages. Okay, and I'll tell you again. So not only this debug level 1 you can find the error. So there are transaction open interface form. Okay, from there also you can find what is the reason, what is the error. Okay, fine, just click on OK. So once I submit this, then the status of this form, right, the status on this, from shipped to interfaced and run interface to not applicable, these statuses will come: interfaced and not applicable. Okay, fine, just submit. Just click on no, I don't want to submit again. Just find the program status. It is running now. You can see the first time we are running for this our arg, right? Interface to stop. Okay, it's completed now. You can check in the log. Since we enable the debug, right, since we enable the debugging level 1, it will print every message here. See, all this activity it will do in fraction of seconds. Okay, all these validations. Okay, so if you see here some number of rows inserted into WHS serial details. See, if it is a serial number related, then it will also check for serial. So number of inserted into WHS serial numbers 0, because this is not a serial number. Okay, all these messages it will print, as I said, right? All the messages it will print, all the validation messages it will print. See, it having lot of details. Okay, again you don't need to worry, okay, to checking this. And there will be some keywords, okay, what you can use. Just if there is an error, just control F and then just click error. Okay, see, no DCP error. If it is saying like no DCP error, that is okay, fine. So something it like will come. So if you see, wherever you see errors, zero count, there is no errors. Like this you can also identify. And if the program is going for warning, you can type with a warning message, warning, warning, like this. Okay, fine. Warning, warning message. See, warning zero, like this. Okay, fine. Close this and come to this form. As of now, it is a shipped and run interface, right? Just refresh this form. Refresh this form. It should be interfaced. Okay, it should be interfaced. Next step is not applicable. So in this case, the quantity is reduced. It's out. It's out from our organization. I think this item having 1,000 quantity we increased, right? 1,000 quantity we increased in FG sub inventory, and 1,000 quantity we increased, and two orders we created. So two orders we created, right? Just just find it. Just find with the org, since we have only two orders. I will show you. See, there are two orders, 70001, 70002, right? And each one is 100 quantity, right? So this is requested quantity 100 and this 100. And if you see the differentiation, so this is shipped, already done. Okay, interfaced also now. So what happened? Shipped is 100, but for this, it is still in staged. The quantity there in staged. Now tell me, I have 1,000 quantity. Okay, I have 1,000 quantity. Against one sales order, I have transferred the quantity out from the organization to customer application, and another against another order, I have transferred the quantity from FG sub inventory to staging sub inventory. So now tell me, in my organization, in my entire organization, how much quantity I can find out of 1,000? Hmm? Someone is speaking very loud. I able to hear very low. Can you come
900.
again? 900.
Oh,
Okay. And how much quantity is available in FG? FG sub inventory?
FG subsidy 800.
800. Okay.
Our inventory is 900.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go. Let's go and see. If you want to verify that, let's go and verify. Go to the inventory responsibility. Go to the inventory. Yes. On hand availability, on hand quantity. So bang do. So what I'll do is I'll just give the item name. So first I'll show you entire organization. In entire organization, how much it is available. So if you see how much it is available, total 900, right? But if you see available to reserve, 800. Now I think in inventory, I was telling you about this, right? So now you understand here, there is differentiation. How this differentiation is coming? So here it is 900 total, but available to reserve is 800. and available to transact is 800. Why it is? What happened to remaining 100 quantity?
Already 100 is reserved in stage in sub inventory.
It is reserved. The order is reserved. The order is reserved for a customer. Means the quantity is reserved for a customer. Now go to the reservations. Go to the reservations, give the item name, find it. Find it. See, it is reserved. Against which order? Against 70002. Against this order, how much quantity is reserved? 100 quantity is reserved. Okay. So this reserved quantity, this reserved quantity, this reserved quantity, you cannot utilize for reserving to other orders. You cannot use this quantity for doing a more transaction from staging sub-inventory to other sub-inventory. You cannot utilize that quantity. Okay. You cannot utilize that quantity. If you want to see, let's go and see one transaction. I'll go and do one sub-inventory transaction from stage. So the quantity is in stage, right? Let me show you that also. The quantity is in stage. Find it again and hand. Enable this checkbox. It will give it in detail. 2 lines it will come now. See, in stage it is how much available? 100 is available, but available to reserved and available to transact 0. Earlier I found with entire organization. Okay. Now I'm finding with in detail. In detail means it will print in sub-inventory wise. But this one is having, FG is having 800. 800 you will see everything here. 800, 800, 800. Okay. So there is no confusion, right? So if you disable this, then it will show you entire organization wise. Okay. If you enable this, then it will show you sub-inventory wise. The quantity will show you sub-inventory wise. Okay, fine. Now it is in stage. In stage sub-inventory, I have 100 quantity available. Okay. So I'm going to use this 100 quantity to do some transaction. So it should not allow because it is reserved. Okay, it is reserved. Fine. So let's go and do one transaction. Sub-inventory transaction. Sub-inventory transaction. Give the item name. Here also it will show you. It will show you here. So available is this. On hand is on hand. Currently on hand quantity in your organization is 900, but available is only 800. See, I have not selected here sub-inventory yet. So it is also showing an arc-wise. Okay. Now let's go and choose the sub-inventory here. What is happen? Stage, right? At. I had to choose the stage. When I select the stage, then on hand you will see 100 and available you will see 0. See, you cannot move the quantity now. You cannot move. Okay, you cannot move the quantity now. Again, if there is in inventory parameters, if you enable the allow negative balances, may allow, but this is not good practice. Okay, got it now? Fine. So let's go. Let's go and see. After we perform seek confirm successfully, after even running the interface step stop. So what all things happen? The quantity is reduced, right? So 100 quantity is no more now in our organization. It is sent to customer. So on another thing, it also go and remove reservations. So before performing ship confirm, it was in reserved. Okay. Now the reservations is removed. The quantity also reduced from the inventory. Along with this, you will also see in a sales order, the status will be in a shipped status. Okay. Even earlier also it will be in shipped status. So we have to fix this down, right? We have to set a default operating unit. Okay. So let me just go and do it. For now, I'll choose the manually. For next time, we will set MO operating unit, default operating unit. Okay. Select operating unit, tab out. Okay. Tab. So now what I can do is, we want to find the order, right? 70001. F11, give the sales order number, control F11. Now you'll see the status is shipped status. Okay. So this is fine. When even you do ship confirmation with the defer interface enabled, like without running ITS program, so it will be also in shipped status only. Okay. Mm, so one thing you have to notice here. Okay. Quantity shipped. Okay. How much? 100. This field will update. OM interface program will update this. Interface tips of program will have two interfaces, right? One is inventory interface. Inventory interface will go and do remove the quantity. It is remote, and it will remove the reservations, and also it will hit the transaction. Okay. What transaction it will hit? Sales order issue it will hit. Okay. And that is task of inventory interface. Then OM interface, it will go and update the quantity over here, quantity shipped, and also it will update statuses in a shipping transaction form from shipped to interfaced and not applicable. Okay. So these two things will happen. Okay. Some shipped flags, why shipped flags will update. Okay. Fine. Then I told you the transaction will hit, right? Now how you go and check the transaction? Go to the inventory responsibility. Think I have inventory function here itself. Let me go inventory, transactions, material transactions, transactions, material transactions, Bangalore. So just remove the from date. Okay, whenever you go into the transaction form, right, and you have the source numbers to find, the best practice just remove the transaction from date. Okay, only transaction from date. It's a good practice. Even we only perform the transaction today itself. Okay, but any how, like if in real time, they will be giving orders to you. You don't know when the order was created, right? That's the reason you just remove the transaction from date. Okay, and you have the order numbers, right? Either purchase order or sales order. You come to the source type. Okay, come to the source type, purchase order, and give the order number. So give the order number in. After the order number, just give the percentage. It is a KFF. What KFF it is?
Sales order care.
Yeah, sales order KFF. Just type, I'll show you. Sorry, I selected purchase order here. Sales order. I'm not giving any percentage. It is in right. Yeah. See, it's a KFF. Oracle provided KFF. Order number, order type, order source. Okay. So if you want to retrieve from here, just click on combination and just give the percentage here, percentage, and click on OK. So it will display here. It will display from the database what all things will there. I think this is our ABC STD header there, right? Select that. Or else just give the order number and give the percentage. Okay, give the percentage. Since there are four, right? That's the reason it's coming. Okay, fine. So now click on find. Click on find. You will see there are two transactions with three lines. I'll tell you why it is three lines. Okay, first go to the transaction type. So you will see sales order issue is happened. When defer interface was when before interface strip stop program, there was no any entry here. Okay, there was no any entry here. So if you see date 22nd today, right? But you will see the date here. This is like date, transaction date. So why this 19 December is coming here? Because when we perform chip confirmation with the defer interface enable, the interface chip program will not run. So what happen is the sales order ship confirmation details will be there in the interface table. Okay. MTL material transaction interface, MTL transaction interface table. So in MTL transaction interface table, whenever the data is inserted in that table, right? So that date, that timing will be showing here. It is not the when date when the record is hitted here. Okay. When the data is inserted in the interface table, that is the date. Okay. So this you can say transaction date. You can see clearly here. Yeah. Transaction date. But when this record is created here today, how you can check? Help record history. See? Okay. Got it? Fine. So there is deep topics if we discuss clearly. Okay, fine. Again, these are all I will be covering in relating concepts. No worries if you are not clear now. Okay, fine. So I was telling, right, why we have three transactions. We just perform pick release and we just perform shelter order issue, right? Pick release and ship confirm we have performed, right? So then why we have two here? So sales order issue, what is happening? You just moving the quantity from sub inventory to out. When you're moving the quantity from sub inventory to out, then there is no other inventory or other sub inventory that is hitting, right? It is out. So if you see here, what happened from stage 2, we move to where? This location. I think the customer is in the same location. So we moved out of quantity to that location. And when the quantity is moved, you will see the quantity with minus, with minus. See, with minus. Minus means reduced. Quantity is reduced from the inventory. Okay, fine. So let's come to the next one. Sales order pick. Sales order pick will perform when you perform pick release activity. And why you have two lines here? Can anyone guess? Tell me. Can anyone tell me why you have two lines? So what are you doing here in sales order pick? You are moving the quantity internally, right? From FG sub inventory to staging sub inventory, you are moving. When you are moving the quantity from FG to some staging sub inventory, then what will happen? FG sub inventory will negative. See, quantity is minus, right? And the same way, there is another transaction is performed in staging saying that it is increased. That also it should be there, right? In staging, it is plus, means in staging in stage sub inventory, the quantity is increased, and in FG sub inventory, the quantity is decreased. That's the reason you will see, even though it is just one single transaction we perform, two entries here, two rows. Okay, one with negative, one with positive. Okay, got it? Fine, fine. Now, so we have completed. We have completed. I think we are going very detail actually. Okay, if you practice right, then you can follow me. Otherwise, even if I take this much of deeply, then it won't even help. Okay, fine. So this is we completed. So any questions on this? Perform one standard order cycle. In three session we took and we perform this, right? So you can just go and perform in just 5 minutes. Okay, the transaction steps we can perform in just 5 minutes. Okay, I'll show you one quick cycle. Okay, I'll show you one quick cycle. Fine. Let's go and create order. So when we are creating, right? Fine. What I'll do, I'll just break the recording. I'll just break the exactly we have 10 minutes. Okay, let me break the recording.